Welcome into Sweaty Time Pro Wrestling, the only podcast on the Marshland Media Empire conglomeration of doom that is here to break down episode by episode, beat by beat, and sweaty grapple by sweaty grapple, Lucha Underground. Today we are on episode 20 of season 2, The Contenders. And the Contenders in here today, well, it's me, one of your hosts. My name is Sean. Hey, how you doing? And the other contender is our other host, James.
Oh, no. Throw to me with my new hip-hop moniker.
Your new hip-hop moniker?
Yeah.
Okay.
You also post I was about to say...
I know I posted it.
Yes, you posted this clip, so throw to my new name.
The Jack Evans of hip-hop?
No!
I remember it was in the Jack Evans. I don't remember what it was, though.
The insignificant crumb of hip-hop. James
Thank you so much.
Marshland Mullum.
I like that Mullum is your last name. It's close, but it's anyway. Sorry, I just put that together.
Well, no, Mullum is MLM.
Yeah, I know. Do people know your actual last name, though?
Yeah, McCollum. It's at the end of every single podcast.
Every now and again, I forget that Mullum rhymes with McCollum like that. And I'm like, that's so clever how you made your name.
I know, but that wasn't on purpose. So
Really?
My friends, they would get drunk in high school and they would just scream. They would just scream the things they memed. Like Cord, he would constantly scream, "My mutant powers are changing me." So one of those bullshit X-Men quotes. Not bullshit,
Sure.
but yeah, I'm calling you out, Cage. X-Men bullshit, especially the animated series.
Wow. But he also dressed like King from Tekken.
Oh, he did?
He literally has all of our interests.
Okay,
James.
hell yeah.
Cage is the perfect wrestler.
We'll eventually get him on, I think. One wrestler is
so.
this close to getting on.
We're not saying anything, but we're rubbing our fingers devilishly close together as we think about it.
So I was talking about not X-Men. Oh, my friends getting drunk in high school, and they would just scream everything. And they would scream my name. They're like, you always rep other rappers, but you know you're a rapper. You could be like, MLM. So they started screaming to the point where Gabby, my friend, who is married to one of my best friends, she posted just a video of me from last time I was there, and it was just me saying, all right, the category is movies with umbrella, and that was it. So I was, for some weird reason, was making umbrella jokes, maybe because Resident Evil, I don't know. So,
I don't know. Yeah, because the show wasn't a thing yet, so it could not have been television.
What umbrella show?
I think it's called Umbrella Academy.
Umbrella Academy's been around for 6-7 years.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It wasn't around back then, I don't think.
No, this was the last time I visited.
Oh, but I think this was, okay, so this could have been about Umbrella. Maybe you were just really into Umbrella Academy.
I don't think that was the case because it was movie related. So,
Okay.
in the comments, the only comments was Tyler's mom just doing MLM 3 exclamation points. So that got to the point where when they would intoxicate themselves, they would slur their words. So MLM just became Mullum.
When they would intoxicate themselves?
Yeah, that's when you get drunk, hammered, swifty with the Zoodzies, baby. Except they were so against weed back then. They said, if you smoke weed, you're done to us. But then they're just getting underage drunk nonstop.
Yeah, I was about to say, you couldn't sound more like a narc if you tried using by intoxicating themselves. Hello, fellow
narc.
children. Are you going to the park to intoxicate yourselves?
I'm no narc, and I'm not talking to kids. They scare me.
I mean, I thought now I know you're not a narc because all of your friends are against marijuana. And hey, you can be a narc and be a child or an underage drinker. Just so you know, if you're out there, 19 to 16-year-olds who are drinking in the park and then judging your friends for smoking the doobs, you're a fucking narc. And get cool. Thank you so much for listening to our podcast, though. Even if you are a narc, thank you so much for listening to this podcast.
Remember when Linda Blair was a teenage alcoholic?
Absolutely not. Is that what you were looking up?
Yeah, it's Sarah T. Portrait of a Teenage Alcoholic starring Linda Blair from 1975.
I've literally never heard of this. feel like I know who Linda Blair is, but can't put like a face to the name.
She's famous for being able to owl herself.
Exorcist, okay.
Yeah, brother.
Thank you so much. Thanks for not saying this sad part where she's famous for breaking her back in negligent film sets.
Did that happen?
Yeah, on The Exorcist.
Oh, damn. But hey, she got right back up and was a portrait of a teenage alcoholic.
Yeah, I mean, although she didn't, and it kind of ruined her career forever. Like, she had long-lasting effects from... Shouts out to Linda Blair. Thank you so much for being Linda Blair. And shouts out to everyone who broke their back. As a professional wrestling podcast, we're grateful when you don't, but we want to take care of everyone who does. So Linda Blair, if you ever want to guest on this podcast, we'll take care of you. Don't you worry about it.
Cage on Twitter once or recently asked, like this was a couple days ago, what is a wrestling move that you hate so much? And I responded back to that. I said,
just don't say one he does. We want to get him on. So I want him to think, I don't even want him on the podcast anymore. I just want him to think I'm cool. He is the popular kid at a school that I don't even go to. But sometimes I go into their dumpster to get the lunch they throw out, because it's the rich kid school, so they have nicer lunches. And that's the school that Cage goes to, and I want him to think I'm so cool and to never see me eating out of his dumpster. So please, James, whatever move you're about to say is your least favorite, do not let it be one of Cage's.
You love going to that rich person school because all the food is in pre-packaged one-use plastic.
Absolutely, and I love plastic. James, do not be derided from the topic. What did you tell Cage was your least favorite wrestling move?
Anytime someone is thrown back first onto the side of the apron, unless someone explains how that is safe, I will continue to feel my back break like Batman every time I see it.
Oh no. I feel that. There was a buckle bomb in this week's episode that looked fucking scary. Looked really good. I didn't feel unsafe about it, but looked scary as hell.
Ooh.
But you want to get into that there buckle bomb and the rest of the action breaking down at the temple this week?
Yes, go.
Oh, okay. I wasn't going to until you said yes.
Oh,
Thank
my
you
God.
for saying yes.
You steer the wheel.
Mm-hmm.
I am the one who screams e-brake and pulls up.
Then watch me as I go, Daddy. Beep, beep. We're pulling out of the station onto the open road of episode 20 of season 2, Lucha Underground, The Contenders.
You steer the wheel, I tickle you on the sides to kind of make you jolt.
And then we all die in laughter and bloodshed.
Because we're in Rocket League, baby.
Oh, I'm gonna hit that. I'm gonna boop that ball with the snoot of my car.
Oh,
but
man.
First,
I'm like a champion at that game, okay?
All right. I love how insistent you were that we start the episode, and then the second you get a chance to pull that e-brake, not even a second, just
start
a glimmer
the
in your
episode
eyes.
already.
Oh my god!
E-brake. I told that story, right?
Yeah, you did.
Okay, all right. Listen to a previous one. All right, Sean, you got the full steering wheel and the e-brake. You put that in a dominator of itself.
You're gonna have no callbacks left by halfway through this episode.
We still got Chavo shitting in bags, you know?
We do still got Chavo shit in bags. I love how you accused me of hitting the e-brake by remembering the story you told.
Oh, no, I'm not saying you're hitting the e-brake. I get to continue hitting the e-brake. Now you have control over the e-brake. I'm giving that to you because you've put it in a dominator of its own. I don't know how to work a lock. You better believe my manager is upset with that, meaning a padlock.
Oh, no. This on St. Padlock's Day?
Oh,
Thank you
dang,
very
I'm
much.
not wearing green. Pinch me. I'm coming.
Oh, I'm coming. Put me in green, pinch.
But guys, there's a new dragon in town, and they're not liking it. Who's this new dragon? I don't know.
Yeah. Let's get into it. We don't usually go over the intros, and I'm not gonna spend a lot of time. But as soon as I saw there's the intro like reminder package, and they flash back to the nunchuck bathroom fight. Oh, Jack's not just a way to fall asleep, he's a dragon slayer. Plus, there's cops and Penta ex Vampiro BDSM fanfic. This is gonna be an episode. Like, normally I don't get that vibe off of just the recap that this is gonna be a hell of an episode. God, this is, when even the recap is good, you're in for a good time.
Dragons and nunchucks and cops, oh my.
And let's start all this oh my off in Dario's office. We get a tense Dario. Which again, he wears motion on his sleeve every time. So when he's tense, he's tense. He's peeping through his little window blinds, and he gets interrupted by Black Lotus entering behind him. She says, the new dragon, Dragoness Tekka Jr. For all of you wondering if we're ever going to pay off, what does that new dragon mean? I got you, babies. It is Dragoness Tekka Jr., the newest dragon to the temple, at least.
Oh, but so the old dragon is Drago.
Well, I guess the old dragon would be Dragoness Tekka Sr. because he was old.
No. Old dragon always Drago.
Okay, wait, what?
He was the original one here.
He was the original one here, yeah, but Dragoness Tekka Sr. was old, is what I'm saying.
No, I'm gonna come in there with some nunchucks of my own, start smacking Dario up.
Why is Dario catching a beating? I'm the one you're angry with.
No, because Black Lotus and Dario are confusing you. So what you do is you go to the person confused. So
I'm not joining their pyramid scheme.
Exactly. Okay, that's what I was going to say. If Sean got into a dicey cult, I'm not going to punch him with a nunchuck. No, I'm going to find the leader and punch them with a nunchuck.
Hey, James, thank you so much. And this is why I put that GPS tracker you gave me for Christmas around my neck every night. Just in case I ever get accidentally abducted by a cult, you know where to nunchuck punch.
Oh, dang, you're like Batman in that Elseworld comic where he gets abducted by aliens.
We're not doing a Batman podcast yet.
Also, that doesn't happen. And it's like, that's the problem with Elseworld stuff. They just don't deliver on the concept. Sean, the e-brake is put back in where it needs to go.
I had my coffee in my hand getting ready for a sip. Black Lotus says, the new dragon, he knows where you keep your brother. He wants to kill him, but I stopped him. I keep asking myself why. A quick reminder, if this is your first time on the podcast, a lot of plot happens in this episode too. But Dragoness Tekka Jr. found the cell that Matanza, the monster, is being kept. And yeah, as Black Lotus said, she's not telling any lies here. She thwarted his murder attempts. She says if Dario has been lying to her about who killed her parents, Dragoness Tekka or Matanza, not only she, but her whole Black Lotus triad is coming for that thin, gravy-filled neck. Dario's like, no, of course not. I would never. I'm the only one who told you the truth that Dragoness Tekka Sr. killed your parents. How do we feel about this right now? What do we believe?
Who, me?
About who? Yeah. Well, unless there's someone else on this podcast looks around. Nah.
I thought you meant, well, okay, let me turn the camera. Oh, I'm fucking here, mate, but I'm not really here, but I am here.
Well, while you're here, Adele, I was curious, who do you think killed Black Lotus's parents? Do you think it was the monster Matanza Cueto, or do you think it was Dragoness Tekka?
Well, it's quite the puzzle, you see. But I've been doing some my own research. You got to be on the forums, and all of it points to Joe Chill.
Joe Chill, the murderer of Batman's parents?
Oh, yeah, that might be why that name's in me head. I've been reading so many. Why do they have to keep, in comic books, why do they have to keep trotting through that?
Why do they have to keep... people love Joe Chill, I think.
All right.
Yeah, I think everyone's like, are you a Batman girly or are you a Joker girly? Everyone's a Joe Chill girly.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to leave.
I figured.
I'm jet lagged again.
It shows.
I think Matanza.
James, welcome back.
Or Dario's dad. It was not Dragon Azteca. That's all I know. That's all I need to know. What I need the knowledge of is what's this Black Lotus triad and how can we get 3 of them?
Hey.
For triple triad.
All right, then. I'm guessing right now my prediction is going to be that it was Dragon Azteca that killed her parents, but there was some context to it.
Oh.
Some sort of like, Ben Kenobi killed your father, Luke Skywalker. Right, but what you didn't know, Luke, was that your father is Darth Vader. I kind of had to. Yeah, like that's what I'm guessing.
Or Azteca's actually someone with the huevos. Her parents got bit by zombies, and he's like, hey, I'm actually going to do this.
Honestly, like literally something like that is what I'm thinking. Where it's like, if I just tell you I killed your parents, it looks really bad. But if you see the full story, it still doesn't look great, but hopefully you understand where I'm coming from.
Or they got possessed by demons and they're like, they break for a second. They're like, just kill us. That's the only way the demons can leave us, like in The Exorcist. Or you need to kill yourself, but you can't have 2 demons inside of you. Think of how that'll rip you apart.
Exactly. Or like her parents are into that new, you know how everyone's getting back into Creed again? That Dragon Azteca saw that her parents were getting back into Creed and were like, oh no, Arms Wide Open is like unironically a really catchy song. And I think, bam! And then he shoots him in the head to save them from a life of Creed and Christian rock mediocrity.
Nah, man, Christian rock rules. You ever heard of Reliant K?
Oh my gosh, James, now I have to kill you to save you. I'm so sorry. I'm on my way.
You see it like I already have a gun in my mouth and you're like, Jesus Christ, no. It needs to be by my hand so you can enter the pearly gates.
Yeah. I hate Christian rock, but I love Jesus.
Yeah, dude, we know that.
Get that tattooed on your asshole and call me in the morning. I hate Christian rock, but I love Jesus.
Are you pissed that Easter's in March this year? That's wild.
No, I'm not pissed. That happens sometimes.
Oh, I've always known it as an April holiday.
No, but that gives me more time for shenanigans. I don't have to worry about Jesus being disappointed at me and not delivering all my delicious eggs and chocolate after Lent. If I get some good pranks in, I like having those separate. Like, hey, get my Easter in. What's up? The sexy little hipster boy is risen from the grave. Good for him. Now, after we've celebrated his rising, we celebrate my terrorizing with some delicious pranks. Ready?
Right.
Ready for this one? I don't usually do this, but this year I'm gonna shit in Chavo's bag.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's all I got.
A man just at the gym or a man just tending to business. He no longer has like a duffel bag, I don't think. At
all.
He's still hitting the gym. Actually, he still trains, so never mind.
Yeah, I'm sure there will be some opportunity in his day. Maybe it will even be his duffel bag. Maybe he'll have like a briefcase on his way to like a meeting with his agent. And he's going to go over all of his papers and fancy business. And I shit in that bag. And that's tradition. And that's what I care about. That's what this podcast is about. It's about tradition, it's about culture, and it's about shit. Welcome to Sweaty Time Pro Wrestling. Back to this office scene. There's like one last little thing I have to break down on this.
I was going to say maybe Chavo doesn't have a bag anymore. He has that like big suitcase from Meet the Deedles.
Nice. Probably. I actually don't remember this suitcase, but I believe you exist. I believe you that it existed. Hell yeah, brother.
It triples as I think a home and a closet, a tiki bar for sure, a stereo system, and so much more.
Which is what I think. When I think of podcasts, I think it's so much more. Also, I live in your walls, so it's kind of like my giant suitcase that doubles as a house as well.
Quit trying to bad Ronnie me.
Mm-hmm. So Dario assures Black Lotus that he's not lying. And he kind of like transitions. Ultima Lucha 2 is coming up, which is the big end of year season finale.
Oh.
And Dario wants to book Black Lotus in her first match.
Oh.
Versus Dragon Azteca Jr.
No.
Dario is giving her the opportunity to take Dragon's mask back to the Black Lotus triad and allow her parents to rest in peace. Black Lotus just kind of sits back. Ooh, plot, baby. Mm-hmm. Fucking lore rich as hell.
Also, when Dario opens and closes those blinds real quick, it's the same exact sound effects they used when Mundo was punching that punching tree.
Yeah, it was it was very nice. I like that sound. It sets my mind at ease. We go to the desks. Vampiro has got his notes on full display. He's not trying to hide his notes on his desk at all. And then he starts mouthing alongside keywords alongside Stryker, who is off book. At least Matt Stryker is off book. I'll give him that. But it's so, why are his notes just out like that? James, we're recording a TV show.
That's fine.
You can't just have your notes on camera and then mouth alongside your partner who's reading off book like it's supposed to be. It's just, it was an interesting choice.
It's not like this is a live event that if he just has it sectioned in 3 little chunks on his paper and all the notes are count out.
I mean,
I guess I'm going to be spoiling later on in episodes. Aerostar Drago.
I couldn't tell that the results weren't on that sheet of paper. I couldn't zoom in well enough.
Oh, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's fine if you just have your notes on display if you can't read them.
When it's the only time the camera is directly on you two, I think you can put the notes under the desk for a second.
Maybe it's just his doodles.
But yeah, you know what? It could have just been doodles.
It's just a bunch of s2e20 X's, or yeah, I guess s2e20 X's now. And he's like, oh, I hear they're doing a second deck of Joker cards. Let me do up some designs.
Hell yeah. I'm really excited for the one about women. Anyway.
It was good. I loved Bedlam, baby.
You liked Bedlam less than I liked Bedlam.
Yeah, it sucks, guys. Don't listen to it.
Who is Matanza facing at Ultima Lucha 2? Well, we'll find out over the next 2 weeks as they break down how they will find this number 1 contender. A 6v6 tag match. And then the winner of that tag match this week, which will be our main event, those 6 will go off to face in an elimination match to determine Matanza's Lucha Underground title challenger. Dario calls it 6 to Survive. And we have a nunchuck tag match. Yeah! Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh man, I can't wait to get to that one.
And we start with Creepy Marty? Like this episode is wild. So yeah, it is Marty the Moth Martinez versus Killshot.
Oh no, but where's Killshot? I don't see him anywhere.
Well, Marty takes the mic. He's been doing what he's been doing. We talked about this last week, just being real creepy behind Melissa. Eventually takes the mic away from her and she scoots out of the ring. He starts doing a sing-song call-out, just kill shot, while tying his new toy to the corner. His new toys being Killshot's dog tags.
Oh.
The one he wears for his fallen comrades, the ones that Marty stole after their match last week.
Dog tags sounds like they need to be put in a cage and slowly gone in and out.
You already hit your Dominator. You can't do that.
I can talk Dominator. I actually do need to stop talking Dominator on other shows because even though I'm getting in some good ones.
You just need a podcast dedicated to the Dominator so you can just get it all out in one place.
No, because that means I start workshopping and growing it further. It becomes not just a cottage industry, but a name brand. Everyone needs one of these because even though everyone doesn't own a dog, everyone wants to pwn a dog, okay?
Is that the tagline you're working on?
Yeah, why not?
It's better than it should be, but I still hate it.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. By the time Marty ties the dog tags to the corner, he's calling out Killshot. By the time he gets back to the middle of the ring, Killshot in silence has moved behind him, finger gun pointed.
Oh.
Marty backs into the gun, gives that slow turn, and Killshot tackles Marty through the ropes. Ring the damn bell.
That looked brutal, how it did not seem like it was supposed to happen that way.
I think it was.
Yeah.
It was supposed to seem like it didn't. But it still did I felt safe at least. I wasn't there though.
Oh, okay. So one, Melissa just is absolutely done with this weirdo. She just is like, here, take the mic, and just goes away, and is now just like, Marty the Moth. There you go. And during his, I'm tying this here and there, just looking around. Oh, Killshot, come out to play. There's someone in the crowd that just says, you weird, buddy.
He is. Hey, Temple Faithful, you are not wrong. In fact, here is your official Sweaty Time Pro Wrestling Medal of Not Being Wrong. Congratulations.
Did you know you spent time inside Marty on New Year's Eve?
Now, what does that mean?
Because he's branded the Annoyance.
Well done. Ooh, the deep goose lore. They brawl on the outside. Marty hits, this is the buckle bomb I was talking about earlier. Marty hits this really, really interesting looking buckle bomb to the barricade. Like normally a really safe buckle bomb, you just kind of toss them up. Marty like tosses Killshot into the barricade. Scary as hell. Then he starts dragging Killshot by the nose and the mask. Like he drags him by the face over to the commentary desks just so he can wave at Stryker and Vampiro. And my favorite reaction is Vampiro going, "What'd you do?" Like just like a very disappointed parent or like dog parent and their dog has like something in his mouth. What's in your mouth? Marty, what's in your mouth?
Wait, I think it's because I don't think it was saying it to Marty. I think he was saying it to Stryker. Because he is looking and waving at Stryker, and Stryker's like, "Why are you looking at me?" And then Vampiro says, "What did you do?"
That's very funny. That makes a lot of sense. Marty goes to throw Killshot into the desk. Killshot finds his feet, plants them, sends Marty's own momentum into the desk instead, and the bell rings. When I say ring the bell, the referee did ring the bell. The match began, and the ref double counted out both competitors.
First time in Lucha Underground history.
No contest in 1 minute, 19 seconds. The faithful don't love it.
Boo.
I don't blame them. I'd be upset because this match was fucking cooking.
Also,
yeah.
Vampiro, they need to get back in the ring. Commentary saying that. Stryker says, "Oh man, it's like at 6 now." And then he says, "Marty better get Killshot back in there." And Vampiro says, "Oh man, you think this dude can count? He plays with dolls."
Yeah, I didn't like that line, actually. Just because that line, "Hey, what's going on? You're friendly comedy nerd here to ruin jokes." But it really is kind of, why is it weird for him to play with dolls? Why is that a point of insult?
I think because of the dolls that he's playing with are like hair dolls.
That would be really sweet, but that's not what he was saying.
Okay, well, I mean, the dolls we have seen him play with are hair dolls, right?
Possibly. I don't think that's what Vampiro is going for.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. It's one of those like, we love you, Vampiro, and we're here to call out bullshit when we see it because we know you can do better.
I think he's a glowing example of excellent commentary. Vampiro, you got my vote. Sean, his love comes with conditions.
Yeah, don't be weird. Like,
he wasn't being
condition.
Weird. He was being a straight shooter, baby.
All right,
or maybe it's sex dolls. Maybe those are the kind of dolls he's playing with.
Or maybe he was making an allusion to homosexuality being a mental illness, which he would be of the generation of making that weird doll statement.
No, I thought you were going with he is saying he has something wrong in his head, meaning he has the ability to think of that of a child. That's where I thought he was going with it.
I think that combined with it being a quote unquote girl toy as opposed to a guy toy sort of like doubles up on that mental instability. And it does feel like it's coming from a place of feminine qualities in men. I won't say homosexuality. That's too far, but feminine qualities in men being a mental illness is where those sort of jokes come from. Specifically, bet this guy plays with dolls.
But we've seen him play with dolls, haven't we?
Not the way Vampiro said it.
Okay, dolls is what I'm saying. If they're made out of hair, if they're made out of Blair Witch wood, or if they're made out of plastic, like some of the dolls I have, a Commander Chip Hazard, saluting for duty.
Salute all those small soldiers out there. After the match, Killshot's clawing to reach his dog tags. Marty clings and wrestles him back. Marty shoves a ref, but when he turns around, this fucking Killshot and this running punt. It's this running kick to the head. Killshot throws it so hard, he Charlie Browns himself, like if Charlie Brown ever actually kicked the football. Like, it's insane the way he kicks him in the face and Killshot lands on his butt. And Marty doesn't have a face anymore. It was kicked off of his body. Killshot reclaims the dog tags just as Marty is recovered to slide back in, German suplexes, takes the dog tags back and escapes. Killshot grasps vainly at Marty's hair, who will allow it to be ripped out of his head just to escape with these tags again. For something that was not a match, wildly, I still fucked with this segment a lot.
So, Vampiro says, I don't know why he wants these dog tags, but psychopaths and serial killers collect the strangest things, which is probably referring to keeping IDs, keeping locks of hair, possibly to create hair dolls, or
We can only hope.
the mental images of Elliott Smith songs.
Yeah, wait, what? Why that last part?
I'm calling you a serial killer.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
Because you love that dude.
I do. He makes me very sad. But he makes me too sad. Does he make me too sad to kill or just sad enough to kill? Find out in our next podcast. Goose, are you a serial killer?
Okay.
It's the only true crime podcast featuring the number one suspect.
I'm constantly tailgating him. I'm like, is he really going to open mics right now?
No, I'm going to murder. Maybe. Oh, no. Who knows?
No, he's killing on stage.
Babe. I was waiting for that babe to come. I was waiting for that Dennis Miller babe.
No.
We cut to the all right, thank you. We cut to the interrogation room. We got to move, baby. Francisco Garza, aka Mr. Cisco, looks sad and confused. Somebody help this guy. He's a worker now. They get a good cop, bad cop. Castro and Lollipop enter the room. I'm tired of saying his name. Captain Vasquez enters. She reads off Francisco's mile-long rap sheet just to offer him a deal. Dario trusts you, so how about you wear a wire? Cisco protests. He shouldn't trust me. I introduced him to a rat cop who I thought was my friend. My heart breaks a little bit when Detective Vasquez reveals to Cisco what they're busting Dario for. Sure, there's, all these robberies, grand larceny, murder, but the reason they're after Dario, they believe he is the linchpin to the end of days.
This is why this is Tekken, guys, because no realistic police force would say, oh yeah, we know these two teenage witches, they're trying to conjure a demon to get a boyfriend. That's a cult shit, so we're going to arrest them because that could potentially bring about the end of the world.
I wonder if Captain Vasquez has been on the end of the world beat for a while and is I keep running into these teenagers who are summoning demons in the woods, which sure we need to stop them, but that's small beans. But a middle-aged man and his large beefy brother trying to summon demons, and they have real estate moguls in their back pocket. This one's getting a little close to the collar. I love that we have stakes, though. Now we have my favorite part about a mysterious lore and a mysterious backstory are the reveals and the reveal of what is at stake. Straight up end of the world shit. Love that. I am excited.
I hope we get a wrestling match that is an end of the world match where there's fans going, it's with strobe lights. Yeah. That would be gnarly.
It would be so gnarly. And I'm only saying this so we can temper our expectations that this show was canceled before they were prepared for it to be canceled.
Okay, but I would say this is a 3-act play. We'll get to it in at least season 4, I would hope.
I don't think so. I think season 2 is still act 1. I just don't want to get your hopes up. I don't think we're going to get to our end of the world storyline they're planning. I know.
That key will never find out what it means.
I know.
Oh, I think it's just the key that Dario uses to snort cocaine off from.
Oh, okay. We figured it out. The Nunchuk match is next. The Darewolf, PJ Black, and Jack Evans versus Aerostar and Drago. And I thought people were still so pissed about the last match not being a full match that before Melissa Santos starts talking, someone yells, "Shut up, I don't want to hear it." And I'm like, oh yeah, they're still pissed about that last match. Then Jack takes the mic from Melissa to introduce himself. And I'm like, oh no, that was the creator of Lucha Libre, Jack the Dragon Slayer Evans.
Ooh.
Bell rings, Jack the man silenced. He tries to psych out Drago for Aerostar, but Aero catches it. I'm going to quick run through the opening exchange here. A lot happens in this match. This is a very good match with a lot happening. I can't go through we're not going to be able to go through all of it, but I do want to run through this opening exchange real quick, where he catches one foot, then PJ tries to kick Drago, and Drago catches his foot. And so now Aerostar's holding Jack Evans' foot, and it's being really cool, oh, we're going to do some shit to you. Drago, on the other hand, is just catch your foot, kick you in the nuts. All right, what's going on, Jack? It was such a quick little kick to the nuts. Very, very inframundo, very chef's kiss. Matt Stryker mentions the 7 weapons of the Shaolin, shouts out the Wu-Tang Clan, which I liked. RZA, at the time this show was debuting on the El Rey network, and the RZA would host Shaw Brothers film on El Rey, like just would give a neat little personalized intro for each movie they would show. And I thought, as far as brand integration goes, this is some brand integration I can get on board with. Like Sonic and the Archies, RZA and the El Rey network, and that's about it.
I think you mean Sonic from the Archie stuff and Image at the time.
They must, yeah, but I also would be down to see Sonic and like Archie and Betty and Veronica. I don't know.
I mean, that has to have happened because it was in Archie's comic for a while.
It must have happened. Or Archie's and the Punisher.
No, that
comic I haven't read. I know, but I'm on board with.
I think I still own it.
Oh, shoot. I feel like I don't want to actually touch that one, though. I feel like that one, that might be $1 or $2.
Huh? Oh, no. It's at most probably $8.
Oh, okay. Maybe I might give you 9 for it. I gotta read it.
No, you can just come over and read it or borrow it.
We'll figure it out. Thank you. Beautiful, phenomenal wrestling. Eventually, on both sides, Aerostar with a step-up springboard, Drago and Arrow hitting this crazy sunset flip catapult into roundhouse kick. PJ eventually clears house, him and Jack Evans with a tandem double stomp Death Valley driver. Then they yell at each other. They go, Jack, PJ, and then together, nunchucks. And PJ goes to grab the nunchucks while Jack takes the time to air guitar. And the fucking guitar riff is added in post even during the match.
Or was someone on a soundboard saying, like, I'm ready to push this?
It's to me, it sounded like it sounded a little too clear and a little too loud to be on the soundboard. Like it didn't sound like it was being played in the temple. I could be wrong though.
Oh no, I mean it comes through the soundboard, so everything that's happening would be like it would be clear.
Maybe. Like I guess, yeah, because it wouldn't be picked up with the microphone, so it would go through. Okay, possibly. Yeah. Either way, I love so much that they added this, and I'm so scared because there was a cutaway. So like something they probably had to reset. So PJ not taking the time to air guitar, I get, they were probably like, shit, I just want to like make sure we have a crazy match coming up. Like there's more to this wild match. I just want to get through it safely. But thank you so much for Jack Evans to remember hitting that guitar spot, because I would be so upset if we missed that. It's so good. I'm entertained by the simplest things, but they make me so happy.
I'd say that's complex, man.
Friends yelling nunchucks at each other's face while playing the air guitar together. That's fucking wrestling, baby. I'm sorry. Your 20-minute classics and all your fancy grappling holds. Where's the nunchucks? Where's the air guitar? End of questions from Sean.
Yeah,
okay?
WWE, fuck out of here.
Dead fucking ass. Jack ends up standing. They go to the nunchucks. Jack's on PJ's shoulders, like he's standing on PJ's shoulders, because the best ladder you can grab is your bro. Aerostar flies off of the barricade to break that up. They wrestle back to the ring. Jack ends up holding the ropes for PJ's suicide dive. Jack with the apron moonsault against all the stairs. It's like that's a wild spot to do all these moves. It's fucking amazing. So there's 4 different nunchucks around their temple. They're going to the second set of nunchucks now at the top of the steps. They're racing up there. Jack gets them first, yells cowabunga, and then fucking smacks Aerostar in the head with it. Eventually, Dragos escapes to above the announce table where the third pair of nunchucks are. He slide kicks PJ's face before taking the nunchucks. Then the way Jack Evans runs to meet Drago, and then Drago just slaps him in the face with the nunchucks. God fucking Lee.
Because he jumps on one of the railings at a corner, then jumps from that railing to the other side's railing, and then just gets hammered.
Like out of the sky, gets hammered with the nunchucks.
What is this, Sonic Adventure? Grinding on all these rails?
Pull on your soap shoes, buds. Especially if you're Aerostar, so Drago also then hits Jack with the nunchucks. He hits PJ, double crossbodies both of them. Aerostar slips off to the side to grab another pair of nunchucks. This one above Dario's office. So the nunchucks are very much in play.
Oh, real quick, when the first pair of nunchucks was obtained by Jack, PJ's up there too, who then wrangles up, I think, Drago. He's like, let me get him. And then like they're passing the nunchucks around, just hitting their enemy. It's great.
They are Bulk and Skull.
Yeah.
there are so many other ways to describe this sort of archetype, a trope of friendship, because they are assholes. Like these are guys that like need to learn so many lessons to grow as people, but they are so fun to watch be shitty and then get slapped with nunchucks.
I also really loved when Drago got them, that fucking technique he had, and then when Jack tried getting up there, he just smacks him out. This rules.
This is insane. By the time Aerostar gets his nunchucks, Jack is there, so they're fighting it off. Meanwhile, Drago is sort of wrestling PJ back down to the ring. Jack gets cocky and like poses with his nunchucks for a second, and Arrow hits him, and Jack drops the fucking nunchucks like a goober.
Which they're like, oh, Jack's gonna need to go down and get them. But at least what commentary says is they get thrown back up there by people in the temple.
They do. However, Aerostar catches them instead of Jack, and he's like, oh no. So Jack's like trying to escape. He's dangling off of the roof, and Aerostar is nunchucking his fingers as they're grasping onto the roof.
But every time Jack it's like Looney Tunes. He quickly takes his hands off. The funniest thing would have been if all of a sudden Aerostar had two pairs of nunchucks, then smacks down on both, and then Evans just goes, whoop, ah, and then falls to the ground.
Thankfully, if he does fall to the ground, his true bros will be there, such as PJ fucking Black. He catches him as he falls, and Aerostar with the dive off of the roof to the floor. Is nuts.
He did it from the rafters before, and now he's doing it. He's like, well, this is a step down, technically.
Yeah, it looks so good, though. The temple erupts. They're chanting Aerostar. They're banging. The decibels are crazy. I think Matt Stryker calls Aerostar a god for the moment, and true. Sometimes.
Yeah. He time travels.
Yeah, he time travels. And also, when you're really good at live performance, you're kind of a god for a second. Don't get weird about it. It's cool. All my special little live performers out there. But there is a moment where, when you got them in the palm of your hands like that, yeah, no, you're god. Go ahead. Do your shit.
Aerostar, as a time being, once said to some wrestlers that it is both simultaneously Chavo's bag is being shit in and Chavo's bag is shit free.
Ah, yes. Schrodinger's cat. Chavo's cat. Chavo's
bag.
Bag cat.
But I guess it's not Schrodinger's box, so it would be Chavo's shit.
Chavo is to Schrodinger as shit is to cat.
Or I guess turd. Turd's probably better.
Yeah.
You don't need to say a curse word.
Yeah, we gotta stop. Yeah, fucking pull it together, gang.
Freaking pull it together.
Drago throws Jack into the ring to combo the shit out of him with nunchucks. Then in the corner, Jack takes a face full of dragon mist from Drago into the dragon's tail, into the dragon's lair pinfall. Drago and Aerostar win at 7 minutes and 55 seconds.
Woo!
I'm not disappointed by the match. What I am disappointed by, and it might not be over, I kind of want to see them play this story out at Ultima Lucha.
Maybe, but they can't in Ultima Lucha. They will have to defend the belt, so I don't think they'll double up.
That's what I want them to do, though. Here's the weird thing, and I'm good with them going either way, but I would be okay with Ray, Puma, and basically not seeing Ray, Puma, and Dragon Azteca. We won't, actually. Dragon Azteca Jr. is already booked in a match.
Mm-hmm. So maybe
we will. Okay, cool. Then can I go back onto what I was going to
yeah.
What I want to see is this established trio, a trio that Dario, at the beginning of the trios tournament this year, threw away when he said, you guys failed last year. But Drago, Aerostar, and Ray Phoenix, who, again, have, at this point, are an established trio, both in Mexico and in America. Our championship winning, they are a real deal trio team. Plus, they have all this heat now with Drago to Arrow and PJ and Jack. Plus, Phoenix and Johnny never really got along. It's always been, there's a lot there. Shit, now I just realized Dragon Azteca Jr. is booked. I'm hoping that's what we get at Ultima Lucha.
See, my only issue with that is we wouldn't get closure on clearly Puma and Mundo's beef. So I think it would be Drago, Aerostar, and Puma.
It could. But the thing is, I kind of don't mind. Puma and Johnny have that kind of beef where I like separating them sometimes and then putting them back together in a singles capacity.
Okay.
Like they have that kind of forever rivalry. Like since the company began, we will always be fighting to see who is the face of the company.
Yeah, well, it's just, it has created a different characteristic to Prince Puma that I want to see that paid off this season.
I see that. I can see that. And that's fair. And honestly, if Puma did slide in for Phoenix, the nerd in me would be a little bummed because these three are established. And like, I like seeing an established team that's not established on TV sort of like take that step. But I absolutely would not mind. Drago, Arrow, and Puma would go fucking nuts as well.
Yeah, but think of this. If all of a sudden Steve Perry wanted to join Rush and Geddy Lee was out.
Now, wait, what?
Because that's who sings in Rush. So then like Steve Perry comes. It's still pretty cool. Oh, no. Rob Halford. Is that the dude from Judas Priest?
It is.
Him in Rush, dude.
Okay. Yeah, I guess. Yes. Let's get Rob Halford in Rush. Honestly, whatever it takes to get Drago and Aerostar into a trios match at Ultima Lucha.
Yeah.
That's what I want to see. Put Rob Halford with Drago and Aerostar.
Yeah.
He doesn't even have to ever tag in. He can just be like a bard to the side, and he just gives like a bardic inspiration every now and then as someone does a Hurricane Rana.
No, that dude's not a bard. He's a goddamn barbarian doing war calls.
Yeah. All right. Honestly, I thought this was going to be a lot more lore heavy episode, and then these matches are just insane. There's only 2 matches, really, but they're fucking nuts. The 6v6 tag team match.
Well, first we get our once a year plug for merch at luchaunderground.com.
Thank you so much. Everyone go buy a hat and give it to us.
Please.
Please. And then we get to the 6v6 tag team match. Prince Puma, The Mac, Tejano, Sexy Star, Son of Havoc, and Rey Mysterio Jr. versus Phoenix, Ivelisse, King Cuerno, Taya, Johnny Mundo, and Chavo Guerrero Jr.
Can I say already who I think is going to win?
Please.
I thought Ray and Puma's team was going to win because I'd be like, oh, those would be the logical people to put against Matanza in the end.
Mm-hmm. I mean, and really, just about anyone here I could see. But like, definitely Ray's your biggest star right now. He's Rey fucking Mysterio.
Mm-hmm.
A quick reminder, this match, the next 2 main events will determine who will fight Matanza at Ultima Lucha for the title. The winner of this tag team match will then go into a 6-man elimination. We said this at the beginning of the podcast. But then a whole lot of dog tag and nunchuck shenanigans happened. So I just want to keep y'all up to date. Chavo is interesting. Chavo is the only one entering on his own. Like even Ray's team, they're going down the flight of steps, but you see Ray keep turning around to make sure we're all together. Hey, we're a big ass team, but we are a team. Shouts out to the veteran Ray. And then the other team comes out and they're all mostly together except for Chavo, who's like kind of slinking back. Probably in my head, I'm convinced he's like always turning around to see if someone's trying to attack him. Like he's just been beaten into paranoia at this point. After the entire country of Mexico, if this is your first episode, quick reminder, the entire country of Mexico was looking for Chavo's skull at one point.
Yeah, because you took down Blue Demon Jr.
And then the entire country of Mexico, all of it, every bit of it, they wanted his blood. This man doesn't make friends very well.
But he doesn't he looks around, turns his head. No one behind him is going to beat him down because who does he see?
Well, it's just Pentagon in his wheelchair, who does have a microphone, but is immediate to say, Chavo, you were the only one that supported me, that helped me through my injury. Thank you. Then Chavo, like not with a mic, but just real quick, as soon as he says thank you, was like, yeah, no, of course, you got it, bud, but I gotta go wrestle.
Uh-huh.
He specifically says, I gotta go wrestle.
He says, thanks, pal. I'm gonna go wrestle now.
And then but now I will destroy you. And then Penta stands up out of the chair and he jumps Chavo to smithereens before sacrificing Chavo's arm. And oh, fuck, man. This is so fucking cool. Eventually, it's chaos. They're like, we can't start the match. Chavo, we got to go to commercial and figure shit out. We come back to a commercial. Penta has taken Chavo's place per special announcement by Dario. My favorite part is after Dario makes this long-winded speech about giving the believers what they want and to be careful about what you ask for, Penta. Penta says, I got one thing to say to you. I am Pentagon Jr. Cero miedo. Fuck. When all you have to say, I got one thing to say to you, my name and my catchphrase, and it fucking works, you're doing something well.
So, what do you think? Are you up to this challenge of taking down Matanza? It's me, Mario. Yahoo!
You say that in a joshing manner, but abso-fucking-lutely. If someone came out and was like, just like, Hulk Hogan has been holding this company hostage for years. We can't get rid of him because of his contract, and he's our champion. Are you up to the challenge, Crash Bandicoot? And he said, he spun it around in a circle and he said, Crow! Fucking yes! Like, my name and my catchphrase. It's so powerful. It makes, oh, my heart is so full this day.
The name's Yogi Bear. Down the hatch, but natch. And then he just eats Matanza.
Yes! And now it's Vor. This is the best. This is how you book wrestling. This is how you do it. I'm just saying.
Dario, you better believe it, because I need to tell you just one thing. I'm Sonic the Hedgehog, and I make out with human women.
That's not his hold on now. That is not the catchphrase. It is chili dogs or...
I take out women on a date to eat chili dogs, then eat their pussies.
All right. This is not what I envisioned this podcast to be. Oh, this match is crazy.
I have one thing to tell you. My name's Decca Morgan, and I have Dog Passenger.
All right, then. Do you have one more in you, or can I move on?
No, this is me, Adele, but I'm going to be playing a character.
Oh, Adele, I thought you left. Oh, yeah, sure, you got one.
I was sleeping, but James is really loud.
I agree.
I am Batman, and I make out with human women.
No, these are not their catchphrases. These are not their catchphrases. It's also okay for Batman to do it. Man.
Oh, sorry. I got the ones wrong. I am Batman.
Yeah.
And I make out with hedgehog women.
Can I just say, Sonic the Hedgehog, you make it difficult to be a furry sometimes, okay?
It makes it so easy. Oh, my God. Amy's so fucking hot. Sally Acorns. Right. You got nut in your name, but now you're going to have it in your fur, baby.
No, but I'm going to make a serious point now. The fact that he makes it so easy makes it difficult.
No.
Does that make sense?
That's why the comic books, hey, if you are in the Chicago area, we got in a bunch of Sonic the comics back from the Archie run. A lot of them, I priced them to sell. Ask me, ask anyone. They will send you right to the section where all the Sonic comics are. And yeah, man, they're horny.
Well, and here's the problem, and that's fine. It's Sonic fans making it so. It's the same reason why it's hard to be a wrestling fan sometimes. It's not always because of the wrestling. Sometimes it's because of the fans. It's not. Sonic makes it super easy to be a furry. Who makes it really difficult are Sonic fans and that entire community.
But
all right.
Actually, I don't even get the furry
Stop
community
disagreeing with me and disengage with me.
That comes from the Sonic fandom, because why are they trying to have sex with all the furry creatures? They should be like their idol and say, we want to have sex with human women. Or they're like, I'm a human woman, Sonic. Come go penis inside of me.
James, your lack of empathy to furry boners astounds me. And to all the furries out there who know what I'm talking about, thank you so much, but please shut the fuck up. We can't let them know where we are. Stay secret, stay safe. You beautiful furries, I will find you, each and every one of you.
I think I didn't get a chance to go back to this, so I originally thought it was Ray and Puma, but now I think I was like, Penta's team is going to win, and Penta will win next week. He will be versing Matanza.
I'm kind of like, I mean, as soon as like Penta has a storyline like this going into it, yeah. And the amount of weeks spent in that BDSM fan fiction cave, like, let's get into the match. Sexy tries to steal an early roll-up against Taya, who kicks. This is actually crazy. I don't even know how I'm going to break this one down. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Real quick, I think this is my prediction. Penta takes out Matanza. Lights flickering. There's too much magic in the realm over here in the temple. And then fades to black, then comes up. And then you see Matanza get up and he looks all daisy. He's out of it. And then he pulls off the mask. It's been Vampiro this entire time.
Whoa. If Vampiro turned out to be my brother this whole time, I would be so happy.
Damn, yeah.
Actually, no, I love my brother. I'll say if he was my high school math teacher, Mr. George Tita, if he took off a mask after one day, he's like, hey, here's how you do sines and cosines. And by the way, I've been Vampiro this whole time, a.k.a. the champ, a.k.a. me. Hi, how you doing? I'll be like, fuck yeah, George Tita is Vampiro. Hell yeah. Anyway.
George Tita is Vampiro in my life.
That's all I pray for every day. Jesus, pull that shit together or get the fuck out of the way.
What was his name again?
George Tita?
George Tita is Vampiro in Sonic the Hedgehog, making out with human women.
Of course. Sexy and Taya, they roll around for a second, escape each other's moves before Sexy tags in Havoc. Taya forehead shoves, tags Evilise. When they were first kind of going, these Evilise and Taya have been going at it for a while now. They do not like each other very much. But so it's Havoc and Evilise, two members of the Odd Throuple, now pit against each other. They kind of shrug, slap hands. They shrug, slap hands in respect, and fuck it, they're about to get it on. If Evilise misses a drop kick, Havoc backflips, superhero poses. They get a bunch of roll-up exchanges. Taya starts talking shit, and Evilise is like, fuck, I'll talk some shit right now if you want. And I love Penta, who just like sees this is his team, and he's like, I'm gonna tag myself in right now. Very smart, very, very wise Penta. Havoc tags in Mac. Mac gets the first arm drag, but misses the big splash and starts eating Penta kicks, which if you're opposite Penta, don't eat his kicks. They will kill you and you will die.
Yes, eat his hamburgers. He makes a good smash.
He's making all of these delicious hamburgers, and instead you're just eating all of his kicks. You're gonna fill up on kicks. You're gonna have no room for hamburger. Also, Penta makes hamburger out of Mac's chest with these fucking chops. James, these sweet. And this one, I don't know if he's done the soft caress before the chop. Oh my god, it's not even a caress. He's calmly wiping his gloves off on Mac's chest before slap. So good. I love Penta, and I love his hamburgers that he makes on Mac's chest. However, Penta gets a little too cheeky. He gives Mac enough time to recover. Mac hits the running leg lariat. Penta rolls out, and Phoenix, his shoot brother, tags himself in. With this, Mac doesn't tag out. Instead, he takes this wild super kick from this crazy fucking super kick from Phoenix that Vampiro has to go, oh, I just watched a zombie get his face peeled off. And sometimes Vampiro just nails an abstract thought, and I'm like, that is exactly what I felt when I saw that move. There is definitely some, shout out to Queen of the Ring, phenomenal wrestling creator. She's watching Lucha Underground. They're on season 1 right now on her Twitch channel, and there's some discussion about whether or not Vampiro and Stryker are good commentators. I think they stumble, but there are enough gems, like I just saw a zombie get his face peeled off. Like there's enough gems in there that's like, I'll take the roughness for these moments, for a zombie getting his face peeled off.
Also, for anyone who doesn't talk for an hour, yeah, sometimes you're going to come up with stinkers, okay?
Yeah, but it's still also your job, especially when it's being edited down like this. And then also, Vampiro's doing it twice, once in English and once in Spanish.
Yeah, but, he's with a different guy doing it in Spanish.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. It's like, I think both things are true in this instance. Where like there are some undeniable roughness that it is for us to grow. We owe it to ourselves to call out when we see the roughness. But there's also some undeniable gems, if just for anything alone, but that he's doing an adequate job on both sides. Like if he was just doing an adequate job, which I'm not saying he is. I think he is above adequate. I think he's I love it. But even if he was just doing adequate while doing it in English and in Spanish, it's a lot. So again, a lot of credit to Vampiro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm giving them credit.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Even this gets edited down, but still, we got some stinkers here and there. That's what I was implying.
Oh, I didn't realize.
We talk for an hour. That's what I'm saying. As people who talk for an hour, I can vouch. Sometimes they're stinkers. Sometimes a Dominator doesn't go in a funny segment. That's fine, even though it always does. But then you get gems of like, I am Batman and I make out with human hedgehogs.
Adele, it was very rude of you to pull the emergency brake on James like that. He was just about to make a point.
No, I was saying I gave her the mic. You want to know what I say? Women to the front.
Finally.
Adele, okay, you don't need to be like on the microphone while I am on the microphone too. But I'm on like the front of it right now and I'm Batman, not Adele. Okay, all right.
Adele, go take a nap again if you would like to.
Oh, she's already passed out.
Yeah, I can tell. Phoenix gets tagged in. Wild shit. Penta eventually. Did I mean to write Phoenix? Irish whip to Mac. Mac turns it around. Pounce double down. I didn't mean to write Phoenix. Hits the pounce, double down as King Cuerno and Rey Mysterio tag in. Beautiful exchanges between Cuerno and Mysterio.
And right off the bat, that just super, not even a kick, he puts his what do you call it? His foot on Rey's face and just like punches it down.
It's this insane stomp. These two, I think they're building for Mania for Rey Mysterio to go against Santo Escobar, formerly known as King Cuerno. Yeah, Santos sort of betrayed Rey Mysterio and the Latino World Order, the reformed Latino World Order. So there is like all this beef there, and now there's these like mentions of Eddie because Eddie Guerrero was the original leader of the Latino World Order in WCW. So there's so much history, and seeing them here this year being this fucking hot, time is a flat fucking circle sometimes, and that patterns are beautiful.
Yeah, but you keep talking about Rey Mysterio, all the shit he's done. How about in 97, him versus the champ Vampiro, and guess who squashed Rey Mysterio? The champ.
Okay, why? Why are we bringing this up now?
Because Vampiro did.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, this happens.
I'm not gonna. Okay, thank you. I'm not gonna lie. There are I will tune out commentary sometimes.
Okay, well, Stryker says, "Oh, he invented this. Like he's the bringer of this style of lucha libre. You know." Think of him in 95 doing this or in 96 doing that. And then Vampiro says, well, how about him versus me in 97? You want to know who rocked his house? Me. And he says, how come no one's bringing that up? And then Stryker says, because you just did.
Yeah. That is some petty ass, like it doesn't put anyone else over. It doesn't tell the story anymore. It's just Vampiro being kind of petty.
No, I like it.
Very human. Yeah, I like it too. Like the reason I like it is because it's a very human moment. You can do it too much, but I think like this here was fine.
I gotta watch that match now.
Hell yeah. Ray eventually tries to cover. Johnny breaks it up with the glasses still on. And then Puma clears Johnny. Ray tags Tejano. And it's so interesting. The double team pop-up to Harris. Tejano with a leg lariat. It's to see Ray tag in Tejano and Cuerno have to switch his style from like, I'm going to power wrestle Rey Mysterio to, oh shit, now I have to like really quickly outspeed Tejano because Tejano will get the power advantage on me. And Cuerno's the type of guy that's like, that's how you throw him off his game. That's how you beat him, is to throw him off his game plan very quickly by those hot tags. Eventually you see Cuerno like finally realize, oh shit, I gotta start moving. I gotta start getting some footwork in here, or Tejano's gonna run me over. He does eventually get there. Cuerno does with a wheelbarrow arm drag, drop kick, crawls, tags in Johnny. Johnny's a fucking menace. Throws the knee to the face of Tejano before he just starts grounding and pounding him to death. Into the corner, Tejano reverses. He sets Johnny up on the top rope for the superplex. Taya tries to interfere. Tejano catches the punch and throws her head first into Johnny's nuts. Why? It's headbutt to the balls. That's wrestling, baby.
Stryker says, face full of the worm. And I thought he was going to say face full of the worm, but no, there's no that basketball player here. It's face
No Dennis
full of
Rodman?
Yes, it's face full of the world.
Oh, I thought he was going to say face full of the worm and then reveal that Johnny Mundo is wearing a pair of Scotty 2 Hottie underwear, who is the wrestler who used to do the worm for the WWF/E.
Okay.
A lot of worm references today, folks. You're welcome.
Are you a worm wife? Let us know.
Yeah. Are you a worm wife or are you a beetle daddy? Hit us up in the comments below. Is worm wife a real thing?
Yeah, worm wife is an internet thing. We don't have time.
Hell yeah. Tejano drags Johnny to his corner, tags in Puma, but Johnny thumbs to the eyes and starts fighting back. It gets messy beautifully quickly. Cuerno gets involved, arrow from the depths of hell to Tejano into the special guest Marines sitting in the front row. The same ones that were here from last week, they're here this week again, and they make this catch, and it's fucking nuts, and it's very cool. This is how you use Marines. If you're gonna put Marines in the front row, yeah, you throw Cuerno on top of them.
Also, before that happened, when Cuerno sets up the arrow, there is a child, just like he's that man with the hat in ECW. He does that also with Cuerno. This kid fucking loves Lucha Underground, specifically the Hunter.
I mean, it's hard not to. He's really, remember me in first season, how much I fucking loved Cuerno? It doesn't go away. He's amazing.
Yeah, I think he was underutilized this season.
This season, I think I agree. It definitely felt like after he lost the Gift of the Gods, they didn't really know what to do with him for a while. I'm also like seeing him come back now, and we'll get to what they're planning for Cuerno now. I think it's worth it.
Yeah.
I think I think they're starting strong with him, they're ending strong with him. So Sexy Star, Suicida Senton to Taya, Evilise from the top rope to the floor onto Taya and Tejano. Don't know why Sexy didn't catch her, but we have a pile of bodies. Shit's happening. Mac makes Penta roll out with an exploder. Tope con Giro from Mac to Puma and the rest of the pile. Phoenix springboard. Yep.
Real quick, you said that they're starting out strong and ending strong. Sounds like me during sex. I'm great at eating out, and I'm great at coming. I'm kidding.
I see here on your list of special skills on the resume, you listed great at coming.
And cunnilingus. I also put cunnilingus.
I know, I saw that. We're going to get to, you know what? I don't even have to get to that. Welcome aboard, new president of marketing at Hasbro. Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, and guess what? Next year, 2025, still no Power Rangers. Fuck you.
Fucking shit.
It's been tainted by Austin St. John. Fuck you, or St. James. I don't know.
Yeah.
If you don't know what I'm talking about, just search him on Twitter and maybe the H-Man as well, and you'll find some really problematic stuff.
The most I'm familiar with is if I search on Twitter, it's gonna fucking suck. Yeah, fuck him. Fuck him and be better at coming, everyone.
Also, I'm very good at everything, so hell yeah.
Okay, well done. Phoenix springboard corkscrews on the pile, Havoc springboard corkscrews onto the pile, and at each move, even the same moves, they're a little or a lot of different based on the individual. Fucking art, man, you know? Ray starts running. He's going to get this running dive in, but Johnny trips him. Johnny starts running, but Puma kicks his head as it's coming through the ropes, which means Johnny's set up. 619 connects. Ray sets Johnny up for Puma's 630. However, Johnny's been fighting this team for a while now. He's familiar, specifically Ray's 619 into Puma's 630. Johnny's been here before. He knows to fight back. So he's getting out of it. Eventually, he throws Ray out of the ring. He jumps up to the top rope where Puma is. Spanish fly to the ground. The cover, the 1, the 2, the 3. Johnny Mundo wins this one for his team at 12 minutes and 52 seconds. The winners and the six-way next week will be Phoenix, Evilise, King Cuerno, Taya, Johnny Mundo, and Pentagon Jr. Cero fucking miedo, baby.
Yeah, just Penta is the only logical choice because he's been getting ramped up story-wise. It's gotta be him.
Yeah, you can also say he's the most well-rested. It's weird coming off of an injury, but sometimes it does give you the rest you kind of need to like breathe again.
I don't think he was Was that a real injury or?
No, that's why he also probably wasn't really well rested. He was probably taking other gigs or something. But in character, kayfabe brother.
And only on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
These fucking contracts. After the match, they're celebrating. They break it down. After the match, we cut back to Cuerno's hunting den, where, as a quick reminder, after graver consequences, Mil Muertes, former Lucha Underground champion, former AAA champion, mega champion, was lost, was buried in his casket. The casket was stolen by Cuerno. However, Cuerno is not at home. He's busy working. Katrina, however, has the day off, so she has decided to home invade and break into this hunting den. She speaks to Mil, still in the coffin, still dead, to the world, and holds up her rock. She says, "Death waits for no one. Rise again, Mil Muertes. And oh, Cuerno, you fucked up so bad. Cuerno, you fucked up so bad." Mil's eyes turn red. He headbutts through the glass. Don't hunt what you cannot kill, and Mil Muertes cannot die. God fucking damn it, dude. And that was Lucha Underground this week. Really, really good episode. I thought it was gonna be a lot more lore heavy until the second match and the third match, and it was. There was a lot of lore happened, but then the nunchuck fight and the 6-on-6 were just fucking crazy good. Real happy with this.
I hope Cuerno just takes that rock and he's like, all right. He goes to the ocean and just skips it, and they're like, no.
And hey, if you want to make sure you don't want to skip these sweet ass streams, you can catch on twitch.tv/GooseVonKaiser, where we're gonna, it's a good time. Thank you. That was my plug.
Patreon.com/MLM pod, where for $5 a month, you get exclusive content every single Friday. Head there now. All month long, Lil Corey and I have been doing This Existed, covering every single Critters movie. Next up is Critters 4, and then we will be doing probably a high watch along of Critters 5, because that one is the worst one, as I've heard. So we got to be on the lookout for that. But you'll get other stuff during the weeks on normal stuff. You get Engaged with Nicolas Cage, The Citizens of Townsville Z, which Sean has been on, and Engaged with Nicolas Cage, and Mostly Speaking Sentai After Dark. Those are on our normal months, but $10 patrons get all of that weekly stuff, plus monthly bonus exclusive content in the form of straight to Patreon. Still don't know what this month is. However, did you just blow some smoke?
I sure did.
Okay, at first I was like, did your screen just go wonky? Because I was only seeing it out of my privs. But $10 patrons also get shout outs on every single free feed podcast. So let's begin with those, starting with Steve F., Eric Berry of Ranger Command Power Hour, Alex Z, the Waz, Orion, Jordan B, the Chaos Witch, my Bickle brother in common law, Joshua, Jake is, Steve Barnes, a sweet child of time and of Intro Void. Checking music out, okay?
Yeah.
My mother, Lil Corey's BFF and now former roommate Shane, that fed, twitch.tv/CoreWinning, it's Corwin, and from the ROM Complex as well as Formulaic, a podcast and script writing, it's twitch.tv/R2Shelby2, and I've been James.
I've been Sean, and this has been Sweaty Time Pro Wrestling, Purple Prancer forever.
Just make out with a human woman, guys.
Bye. I hate it here.